screenshots. I'll look at it. Oh, you said it's gone. You can go to your past show though and open up that order. If you go into your shipping and you click down the date of the sales and you go to your last show, it should be there. If you clicked on the shipped one, it'll short everything shipped. Whatnot does it automatically. If your weights are off, Whatnot's gonna use one of your 5 adjustments automatically up to 5, and then on the 6th one, when you click that save button, when you hit the weight, it's gonna say, it pops up a little warning saying you will be charged this much for shipping adjustment. Are you okay, or whatever the wording is, and you have to hit yes or no. In fact, you really don't have a choice because you got to ship out the order, right? Now, if it's on the weekend, you can wait till Sunday night, because Sunday night the free adjustments roll over, and you get your 5 new ones on Sunday night around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. That'd be around 4 to 7, 4 to 5 on the West Coast. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. Don't mind me. Yeah, postal scales aren't that much. Most of them go up to like 200 pounds or something like. So yeah, you get 5 free ones a week. Trust me, you need them. Like even the people that have been doing it for a long time, like us, I think I paid for like 3 or 4 adjustments this week out of pocket.
Yes, sir, Bob.
All right. That's mainly because of sets that we mix it together. Like my wife does women clothes, and she'll do like one piece at a time, and maybe she'll make a set out of it and not change weight or something. I don't know. She does a great job, but
I don't change weight a lot.
she doesn't change the weight a lot, which is fine. We have awesome customers. We don't mind. All right. So I went over shipping. So, you guys, anyone want to just sell a box? Yeah, Ginny was saying it was 12 by 12 by 12. I haven't messed around with much anything bigger than that. I've done 20 by 8 by 8, but if I do my calculations, that's pretty much the same as, almost the same as 12 by 12 by 12, right? When you add them all together. I'm not a math person. Like I said, I have a main education. All right. So if you want to do what if you have someone, hold on, there's like 3 questions at once. You raise show goats and you have, so I was, cool. What if you have some at 7 ounce and print a label, then another item last minute goes to 1 pound? Will the adjustment be free or once mailed? If that's all they have, you will have an adjustment. It happens to us all the time. Now, the good thing about Whatnot though is say it went up to 15 ounces and you're at 7 ounces, there won't be any adjustment. It only gets an adjustment when it hits the 1 pound mark. So anything below that, no adjustment. But once you hit that 1 pound mark, it goes from ground advantage. 1 to 15 ounces is always ground advantage, right? If you want it to go priority, you have to mark it up to a pound. But once it hits a pound, it's priority. That's what Whatnot settings are. So anything from 1 to 15 ounce will be ground advantage and you get no adjustment. But once you hit that pound, you will have to pay an adjustment, yes. And Ginny said, actually the one I got is $36 on Amazon. I don't have mine here, I'd show you. It was cheap. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon. They all work fine. You want to buy one that's big enough to hold a 12 by 12 box on it without like, you don't want to get like a little scale like this big, right? Try to put a 12 by 12 by 12 box on it because you won't be able to read the scale mainly. It probably work fine, but the box will be covering up the digital part so you can't read it. So make sure you get a big enough scale that you can put it on there. Even if it's overlapping on the sides, you got to be able to at least see the numerical value in ounces. I do everything in ounces. That's what Whatnot uses. Oh, you're welcome. The last thing I'm going to show you is shipping. Let me go into my settings. Wrong button. Who here does custom profiles? When you go into shipping, you got shipping profiles, right? All right. If you are selling by the box and not by the item, right? Yeah, mine does too. I just got like the I could change it by gram, by ounce, by whatever. I suggest getting one that does ounces because Whatnot, and ounces and pounds because Whatnot does everything in ounces when you go to the shipping section. I guess it's easier for them. But if you want to do something like a reseller box and you're selling by the box and you're not doing individual items, you can use a shipping profile. So like I have this one here. I named it reseller box, right? I put the weight of the box is 5 pounds, right? So that's the maximum limit they do before they bundle. So anything over 5 pounds, remember whatnot bundles, right? And just to make sure, I went down. Oh, this light is terrible. Sorry, y'all. Max number of items in one box. I put one, right? So that way it's not going to try to put 2 5-pound items in one box. So it's got one 5-pound item in a box. And then I set it to USPS flat rate, and that's how I do my $1 sales, okay? This stuff down here after that, it's all calculated automatically. Pretty much that's how you do a shipping profile to sell by the box and not by the item. All right. Now we got a lot more people in here. Who's just starting on Whatnot, or who is planning on starting soon? Shush. You're a pro already. Just kidding. We're still learning. Hey, Moonlit. Now I shushed her. She's going to get mad at me. Hey, Moonlit. So, like, if you're not already set, since March, nice. Moonlit, have you started already?
Yeah, she was making already.
Oh, yeah. That's member. I forgot. Massey, right? And Vintage Mimi, you have your first show today? Okay. So, for you guys that are just, my wife does almost all the selling. I do like men's sportswear, and I do graphic T-shirts, and I have my own channel, right? And I sell gold and silver coins and bars and stuff like that. I don't know if y'all are interested, but I don't want to type right now. I'll put it in there later. If anyone wants it, just ask. I give you my other account, and I also do sports cards. Okay, since August, so it's been about a month. I'll be honest with you, your first month is kind of going to be the hardest because you're learning the ropes, right? So I don't know if you bought inventory or if you started with your closet. For those that are about to start and didn't speak up or whatever, start with your closet. It's free. You already own it. It's not free. You spent it money at one time. It was for yourself, so you don't have to invest capital on it. Ask your parents, brothers, sisters, friends if they have donations to start your business, or offer them some kind of like something for it. You know, like say I give you like $1 or $2 for any clothes you like if it's your friends or whatnot. Yeah, 108-inch for priority. Yep. Yeah, there you go. So you got to do your measurements and make sure you don't go over those. The thing is, I used to be a postal clerk in the U.S. Navy when I started back in 2003. I was there for 7 years as a postal clerk, and like I'm having a hard time remembering those numbers. Now I don't know if they changed, so I have to look it up again too. I used to be able to cite the domestic mail manual by heart. My goodness, that's how you got rank in the Navy. So, anyways, if you're just starting, use your closet, right? Once you build a little capital from your closet or your friend's closet, pardon me. Most people go into thrifting, okay? I'm going to talk about sourcing for a second. Vintage decor. Well, 1 second, I'll get right into that relove. Hold on. Thrifting, right? That's what most people do. But I'll tell you here in Maine, I don't know about other states, but thrifting is too expensive here to sell and whatnot for us. We were doing it for a long time, and we were making like pennies on the dollar, pennies on the item when we were selling them, like literally. We got into something called credential clothing. But if you guys aren't willing to spend like 8 hours a day working on it, credential clothing is a pain in the butt. And it's going to overtake your whole house or whatever you do this. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Because what credential clothing is they drop boxes in influential neighborhoods, right, for donations. And people donate stuff. And once a week, they go pick up these boxes in all these neighborhoods and they bail it up. And you buy it by the bale. You don't see what you're getting. That's uncredentialed clothing. So when you get it, we were buying 1,200 pounds for about $800. Now you got to think 1,200 pounds is what, like a bunch of stuff, right? And it is. But when you open it, you don't know what people are donating. You don't know what you're going to find in those bins. So it's clothes. I never found anything other than clothes, toys, and shoes. But like some might have holes, some stains, some you're going to have to throw away and mark them off on your taxes as depreciation. But then you're going to find a whole bunch of good stuff too. So the risk and the reward, you just got to be willing to balance it. And it takes like hours and hours to sort through that stuff. And my wife was doing that for a few months and it burned her out. And she said, we're not doing it anymore. Yeah, little bits. Thank you for putting your show in here. Everybody put your shows. I don't mind. You source at a Goodwill bin for me. Bins are good. The Goodwill bins are a good place to start as a beginner too, because you get everything. I think their prices went up here. It's like $2, almost $3 an item now. It was like $1.29 a year ago. But I'm telling you, in Maine, everything's going up. we can't even go to the thrifts. That's why we started finding sources for pallets and Amazon clothing and stuff like that. But the bins, if you have them available and they're close to you, they're a good place to go. Just know that when you go into the Goodwill bins, there's going to be 100 other people there trying to do the same thing as you. And when you have to stand back behind a line when they bring the bins out, and every time they go to change the bins, which is like once every, I don't know, half hour or so, you have to stand behind the line and they change the bins out and they put them in, and it's there we go, and everybody rushes them. So you got to be willing to get in there with your elbows a little bit, not like hurting people, but you got to wedge your way in there and just be ready. Yeah, my wife says if we had them close to us, we'd probably go. It's like 2 hours away, like a 4 hour journey. But listen, like I have a friend who sells on her. You guys might know her as Julie, 1772, right? But she does that stuff, bins. And I guess the bin she went to had a rule about one cart only. So they took one of her whole carts and threw it in the bin, threw it back in after sorting all that, and everybody stole it. So you gotta know what your bin has. Like, I mean, her phone, her wallet, everything went back in the bin. It was so, she was telling the story. It was crazy. There you go. Look, got a bunch of people putting their shows on there. Can everybody follow everybody? I want everybody to follow everybody. So there's two reasons why I do this show, y'all. I'm not getting anything out of this except for friendships, right? I'm here to make friends because together, I think as a group, as a unit, as a tribe, people grow. When you try to do things on your own, you struggle. You don't get the support you need sometimes, and it's hard. So I'm asking you to, all I ask for you guys is to help each other. Like, find your little tribe in here if you can. Ginny, you found your tribe in here, right? So I have a lot of sellers that really they don't come back here anymore. Ginny still hangs around, but I have a bunch that I've been helping for a long time, and they get successful. They're on their way, and I'm very proud of them. I'm not saying that's successful because of me, but they found their way. They found their tribe. They're people that they're with. They rate each other when they're at each other's shows. They call them out. They boost each other if they want. You guys don't even got to spend money to help people. Just hitting the little hearts on the screen raises the algorithm so that they're more visual. As much as the chat is going and the stuff is going, the algorithm for visibility increases. So that helps people. See, like someone's doing it now. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it. Relove finds you did too. Nice. So that's what you got to do. I mean, if you want, you don't have to. You can do it on your own. You can be the low ranger. Like I said, you don't got to listen to anything I say. I'm just one person with my experiences. There's a lot of other great resellers on here that do these shows. If you're not watching Smart Thread shows with Ari, you're missing out because he'll tell you how it is. You've got Goliath Gala. He has his shows. He's more on sponsorship and rating and new sellers and buyers. You probably have to invest in that to get called out, but I guess any publicity is good publicity. You have Julie Becker. She's really good as well too. So those are some of the people that you guys can follow besides me. Those are the ones that I watched and I learned from. Oh, there you go. Relove Finds knows some too. Like I said, don't just take my word as the one and only way. All right. So, okay, one thing I will tell you guys when I'm talking about sourcing, if you're buying stuff on Whatnot and you're trying to flip it on Whatnot, it is not easy. Whatnot is already a grind, and a lot of stuff. Thank you, Ginny. Those are the two of the ones that I follow, along with who's wasn't on there? Smart Threads, Ari over there. Hold on, Ginny. There you go. I modded you, Ginny, since you're helping so much. Thank you. Ginny's an old friend of ours. We've met on this chat talk months ago, right? I do this every Sunday. I do pop-ups every week. So if you like this stuff, I will tag. Actually, yeah, I'll pin this. If you hit the notification bell, I'll tell you when I'm online doing this kind of show. Not when I'm doing my wife's show or my other shows, just these talk shows. And in a minute, I'm going to put a flash sale on some stickers if you want to rewatch this show from your video receipts. I do them for 10 cents. Don't buy them right now because they're at $1. I'll do it for 10 cents. I actually will lose money on it, but I'm very happy with doing so because I'm not trying to make money off here. So after thrift, if you're trying to flip on Whatnot, if you're buying from people that are selling singles, if they're not doing $1 or $2 items, it's really hard to flip on here. And a lot of people take advantage of the $1 and $2 people, so their show it's really hard to get good prices on them too because everyone's bidding it up. But you got to remember when you're buying an item on Whatnot, you have to include shipping in your cost of goods. So say you bought an item for $2, but you only bought one item and it's $9.21 shipping, right? You really spent $11.21 on that item, didn't you? So you got to take that into consideration. You'll see people on here always saying, "Oh man, you got that for $2. That's a steal," but they're not letting you know you really paying $11 because it's shipping, right? Well, taxes you can write off at the end of the year. I don't put taxes into my cost of goods because I write it off at the end of the year. I take them off. If you're not reporting your taxes because you didn't make $2,500 in the year, then it's up to you.
I think you still have to report no matter what.
You're supposed to, even if you don't. If you made $2,500 in a year, they're going to report you to the IRS on a 1099-K saying you made money with the platform, regardless of what platform it is. Okay, just letting you know, you're going to get a 1099 in mail, and the IRS is going to get a copy too, saying, "Hey, they made this amount." Okay, the threshold is $2,500 this year. So if you made over that, you're going to get a 1099. Now, if you made under that, no one's going to know, but I suggest you pay it because if it comes out one year that you did, then you could get audited. Well, you probably not. But there's always a chance, right? So for taxes, I take them out. That's why, because I make well over that, so I don't got to worry about not that problem right now. I sell on here and the Bay and the Posh. I mean, this is one of our 3 business platforms. All right, I'm not supposed to talk about that. That is true, Lucky Buys,
What is it?
but they do have your mailing address. I don't know. They don't have your social security number. That's a good question. If they don't have your social security number.
But if you go sign up in the business, they ask you for your social security.
Yeah.
Like they ask your social security, even the pay mark. They ask for social security.
When you sign up, but Whatnot doesn't.
Yeah. Whatnot doesn't?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Really?
Maybe so. Thank you, Lucky Buys. I learned something. I never thought about that situation.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. That is
we're
true, though.
learning.
Yeah, so like after a year, we still learn things, right? If you guys didn't know, if you do have a business and you do have
little bits of
Yeah,
business
so-
that I give my assistant.
Where was I going now? Distract me a second. If you put your reseller license, your tax exempt certificate and whatnot, everything you buy from that point on, once they approve it, will be tax free. Okay, you won't have to pay taxes on another purchase ever in here. Interesting. Well, they do. Well, here's the thing: when you're selling on other platforms, and sorry, I'm going off track a little bit. They're collecting the sales tax on your behalf and submitting it on your behalf to the state with which you have a business, right? Now, if you don't have a business, they're still collecting the sales tax. What are they doing with the sales tax if they're not reporting it? I'm gonna have to look into this, y'all. Now you opened up a can of worms I'm not even thinking about. All right.
So don't open them
Okay. I'm gonna close that can for a little bit, okay? Because they do collect your sales tax even if you don't have Social Security in there. So what are they doing with it? They have to have something. All right. What did stay home say? Oh yeah, it's downloadable. All right. So after you, if you're buying pallets on Whatnot, be careful because if you're selling from sellers that do like the singular items, so like say like they sell a different brand every day or whatever, and then at the end of the month they just do a bunch of pallets or whatnot. Just be careful because a lot of times when you buy that pallet, you're going to get the items that they couldn't sell throughout the month. I suggest buying pallets and bundles from people that just do pallets and bundles. People like out there flipping. They build the pallet in front of you. They take off the plastic of a pallet. They count the pieces as they put them in there. They do the exporting good. Out there flipping with 1T. Yeah, halftime deals. A lot of times, I haven't seen them do it in a while, but Mama's Sweet Repeats. They sell a lot of singles, but they used to do pallets. I don't know if they still do, where they just put a pallet right in front of you and it's still sealed. Just you can search for pallets in the shop, and you can tell if the pallet's still sealed. Chances are it hasn't been gone through.
Liquidation.
Med City Liquidation's another one my wife just said, right?
Sounds like Amazon.
There's a lot of things that was in chat that I may have missed. If you guys had a question and I didn't answer it, please repeat it with a question mark so it turns yellow. That way I know it's a question you want me to answer. Okay?
There's a lot. There's
And,
a lot of case pack reseller.
there is. Case pack for resellers is actually a seller on here that opens up stuff and sells directly to without
Ari
going
does,
through it.
Smarter does a case pack reseller.
Smart Thread
so-
bulk. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So after flipping, yard sales before they end. Good place to find stuff, y'all. Yard sales. And if you're into jewelry, go to the flea
Flea
market.
market. Oh, yeah. Jewelry.
You're cutting off everything I said.
Okay, I'm off.
Okay. They're actually talking about reducing it to like $600, but there's too many complications with lowering the reportable new number to 600. So, for example, if someone goes on and they have an iPad or a laptop they want to sell and they sell for 600, then they'd get a 1099. It's too much of a headache. Too many people to track. They haven't been able to figure it out yet. So for now, it's still 2,500. Okay. So after flipping is something called arbitrage. If there's people on, you guys know Love and Save, sells Lululemon. Pretty sure she's doing arbitrage. It's Lululemon. Lululemon doesn't sell directly wholesale. All right. But if you go to their outlets and you ask them about buying directly from their warehouse in bulk, it's a possibility because I tried to do that and they said there were too many customers right now. They couldn't accept me. So that was their answer to me. So you got to try to think outside the box once in a while if you're trying to get a brand that doesn't sell directly to you. There's other people that are like that, like Victoria's Secret doesn't sell directly, but I don't know about if there's any warehouses or anything that do deals. Yeah, 1099s.
You're not a stocks expert.
I'm not the tax expert, y'all. I have 2 years ago I had H&R Block do mine, and last year Jackson and Hewitt did it just because they both offer like sales for first time buyers. But this year I got some software that's supposed to do all that stuff for me, so we'll see how it goes. All right. So arbitrage is when you go into a store, you buy stuff, and you sell it at a higher value. Okay. Arbitrage is just I'm going in looking for deals at new at tag, right? Stores like the outlets is probably the better ones to go to, because usually sometimes they have buy one get one free. They have buy two get whatever, their stuff. So that's kind of the arbitrage deal. I'm missing a lot of chat here. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second, why? Bought a pallet. They sent me all storage. Yeah. When you buy a pallet, just look how it's listed because sometimes it's returns. Returns usually aren't too bad, but if it says salvage, stay away from it. Stay away from salvage. That's broken stuff that's ripped or whatever, and it has to be repaired. We learned the hard way on that one. We didn't know what it was when we bought it. We bought shoes. One of our bad buys. Okay. Little bits. I know that the pallets and the bins in Texas do pallets because I have a friend that did them. Now I don't know which location or which bins, but okay. After arbitrage, we're looking at wholesale. So this is where it gets fun, y'all. If you've built up enough money and you can look into wholesale sailors, there are options out there that are readily easy to find. You just go into Google and you look for wholesale pallets. The first three that pop up are usually kind of good. Now, I'm not saying they're the only ones, but I've used liquidation.com, which pops up in every single one, right? Not my favorite experience because they just get stuff from other wholesalers and they sell it to you and it ships from the other wholesalers, right? And it has a variety of conditions from salvage to used to new to whatever, all right? Then there was Fox Liquidation I've used, which is pretty good. Just like it sounds, Fox Liquidation. The one that I used and I liked the best was B Stock, okay? Because they have Dick's Sporting Goods, Amazon, Best Buy, you name it, it might be in there. They have a lot of the big retailers in there, Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, whatever, okay? But listen, it's an auction format, much like eBay, per chance. The auctions are going to last like 3 to 4 days, and you're going to go up against some pretty big hitters in there. But you can get your wins, depending, because the big guys are usually buying truckloads. So if you're just looking for a singular pallet, you have a better chance of winning or stuff like that. And everything has a manifest that comes with it, so you could see every single item in there and its condition and its MSRP. All right, so those are the three I used. I've heard Fair was good. Haven't used it. Can't recommend it. But Google or You know, these AI programs out there, they can tell you a lot of information that Google don't tell you. Chat GPT, go in there and ask if there's any what wholesalers sell this brand, and it'll tell you a whole list of them. And then you ask them for contact information, it's going to get it for you. So Chat GPT, highly recommended for many, many reasons other than that too. Yeah, they do have free in Chat GPT, but if you want the unlimited, it's $20 a month. All right, moving on. Yes, Google is your friend. You can Google who the manufacturer is for certain items and contact the manufacturers directly. But if you're contacting manufacturers, you have to be willing to shell out at least like $10,000 start. And some things are going to be a lot more expensive. For example, like Carhartt and so what's those sandals everybody likes? The yeah, no, not no.
Patagonia,
No. Well, anyways, they're like
North Face,
no, that's okay, mom. The Arizona ones, not the Arizona ones, the cork ones. Anyway, they're like $75, $85 at wholesale, right? And you got to shell out $500,000, $600,000 for a pallet of those. Birkenstock, there you go. I can't think. Birkenstock. Yeah, you got to shell out $500,000, $600,000. So you see sellers on here like ZK, right? ZK Sales. Think how much she's shelling out on those shoes that she's selling, the Hokas, the Birkenstocks, stuff like that. Yeah, she's got a lot of like people. She's hitting it hard. She's probably one of the best sellers on here, y'all, in my opinion. But and she's making her money on it. But for a new seller, something like that, it's not going to really work. Plus, we probably don't have the finances, right? When you have like 300 people in there and they're all bidding against each other and they're all going over $100 for an item, we paid 85. It's good. But if you have like 20, 30 people in your room, probably not worth it, right? So you gotta find your wins where you can find them. Most wholesalers have distributors. You can look for distributors. We already went over shipping. Next. Yep. I really think that ChatGPT should be up there in the top couple too, y'all. I don't even think I have it on my iPad here. I would show you. Do I? Yeah, you type it in there and it's going to tell you where to find it. Okay. Building your business. Yeah, the shipping. The shipping is the biggest hurdle at the beginning. All right. And I could do a whole show just on shipping. And I do sometimes when I do my pop-ups. There's probably stuff I didn't cover earlier. So if you guys run into situations, I've gone and people, all the time I'm getting screenshots from people saying, how do I fix this? And I'll do screenshots back and show them how to do that, all right? But if you send screenshots, make sure you're protecting people's privacy, okay? Take out their name and their address and their username, all right? Save it to your desktop because it's going to give you a PNG file when you do a screenshot. And then open it in Paint and take out a little marker icon and just scribble over it so people can't read it. Yeah, and then send it. Because if people enjoy their privacy, trust me. And if you don't like respect their privacy, you're going to lose them as a customer possibly, or they could report you because it's actually probably illegal. Yeah. All right. Building your. So when you guys are doing your random polls, which is what most people do, a lot of people do their shop also, right? Let me do a flash sale on this first before I get started and forget again. If you guys want a 10-cent sticker, I think I have local pickup on. I mess it up all the time, so you don't have to pay shipping, but you have to give me the 4-digit code so I can close the sale. You can rewatch this from your video receipts. I make no money off it. I lose 40 cents. Fine. No. This is just, some people pay like $10 for that. Okay, flash sales. I can show you what I just did. I already did it. It's 2 hours, so I can't like revise it until it's over, but I can show you what I did. Whoops. Excuse me. Why does my whatnot keep closing on this thing? All right. Here's my show, right? I click on the little thing down here, the little shop. When it comes up, that's my auction, right? When you click on the little 3 icons, there will be an option that says run as flash. See where it says run as auction? There will be another one that says run as flash sale. And then you pick a percentage, okay? You say you want to do 10% off, 20%, it goes all the way to 90% off. I just did 90%. So you can't list below $1 on here, right? But when you do a flash sale, you can make it lower than $1. Yes, it cost me money. That's why I said I pay 48 cents, which I don't mind doing because I'm here to help you guys, right? Now, if I was doing one of my regular shows, I would not be doing this. I think the most I did was like 12 stickers once. So, I mean, it was fine. All right. So, my recommendation is that you do both the shop and random pulls. The items that are a little bit more expensive, put them in your shop with pictures and weight and everything. Because the way when you put the weight in there, it's set. You don't have to worry about the weight later once you do that. The reason why I say that is because customers are going to come in and they're going to flip through your show. If they don't see anything in the shop, sometimes they just flip on through because they don't like to wait for random pulls. There are those customers that want to see things in the bin and shop from the bin and move on. They're either on their lunch breaks or maybe they just don't like waiting for their sizes and colors and whatever, right? Maybe, you never know. Yeah. What was that, stay at home? I missed something. Sorry. That's why I recommend it. Also, if you list it as buy it now in your shop, when you're not online, people can buy stuff from your shop and you wake up and you might have a sale. You never know. Oh, did we? See, we just sold one, I guess, from our shop, right? And then if you list it as auction in your shop and you're not online, they can pre-bid. So next time you're online, if when you run that item, their bid is automatically going to take the first bid, right? And they set a max bid when they do their pre-bid, so up to a certain point. Okay. Yeah, I just did that a little bit. I don't know if there's more I can say about it. I mean, you set an amount and a time, how much percent off you want to do on the item, and for how long. And when you do it, it's going to pin up here on the bottom like I just did. Yes, they do bundle. Now, they're not going to bundle with one of your shows. Well, they might. Yeah, I think they. So, like, if you haven't shipped your stuff, it'll go with the other ones if they bought something else. But generally speaking, the stuff you buy in your sales when you're offline are not people that normally come to your show. From what we've experienced, now that might not be so because we don't have like we have like 20 people in our shows at most of the time, around 20. They're very easy. It does bundle though. It definitely bundles, right? Did you guys know if you end your show, right, and you didn't raid somebody, within 2 hours you can go back on your computer and you can restart your same show and run it again for as long as you want, and the stuff you sell on that show will bundle with the first show because you restarted it. All right, there is that option. They don't really, they really don't market that option. It's not well known amongst a lot of people, but you can restart your show later in the day. All right, when you end your show, you can restart it within 2 hours. Now, my wife heard that if you raid somebody, it doesn't work, but I'm not sure on that part. I'm just letting you know what I heard on that. But it definitely you can restart it within 2 hours.
Because you tried it last night.
Yeah, I'm sure I've tried it before though too. We'll see.
You tried it last night. It didn't work.
So yeah, just keep a note of that. You can practice with it, figure it out. I did practice when I don't know something. I do practice shows. I just make it private so nobody can enter, and I start my show, and then I closed it and I waited a couple hours and I restarted my show and it worked fine. Pretty cool, huh? But like I said, I didn't raid somebody, so that might be the key. Probably is the key. All right. So I talked about loading your shop and running random pulls, right? I only got like half an hour more, y'all. So I'm gonna go through this quick, but I will answer questions as I go. I have to go out with my brother today. Networking is how you get your organic customers coming back. When you network, you're getting organic customers, okay? When you pay for customers, in other words, you go into a shop and you pay to get bookmarks and stuff like those are not organic. You went out there and the host told them to come bookmark you because you paid for a shout out or you paid for a sponsored gift or something like that, right? Those are not organic, those are paid for. And when it comes to bookmarks and when it comes to followers, you got to realize those do not make sales. You can have some of these people have 100,000, 150,000 followers, right? And they'll have like 20 people in their show. I'm telling you, I'd rather have one person in my show that's buying often than having 1,000 followers. Okay, I'd rather any day. I'd rather make money than have followers. But the thing is, how do you keep those organic customers when they come into your store and they find stuff they like and they buy it just because they happen through, or because you went to another person's show and you were chatting and you made friends with people or the host, and maybe you tip the host or something, and then like they get to know each other and they mod you. If you get mod for someone, you get visibility, right? If you boost somebody, you get that booster box by your name. It gets you visibility. It's something different from everyone else in chat. People notice that stuff. Okay, at least I believe so. And people check out your profile, and you'll see you start getting a follow. That's the way to get organic customers. And once you get what's the question? Sorry, what if our bundles are open until shipping labels? Yes, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't say it out loud because I wanted to check it. But I believe as long as you haven't shipped it, that it'll bundle with the rest of the items if they have something. So when you go into another person's show, look at every single person in that person's show as a potential customer of yours in the future. They might not be your customer now, but what can you do to make them your customers? Now, I'm not saying go in there, drop your shows, and leave because that's just rude, y'all. I don't like it when people just come in and just do it. Everyone, I'm not going to say anything in my shows, right? I'm talking about people in general. People see that as rude in general. In my shows, I don't care. Drop your shows, your times, you send stuff like that, okay? Do what you want. It's your business. I'm not telling you how to run your business. Only you know what's going on in your life that makes your business special. So you do what you do you, okay? But hey Zadie, how are you? Good to see you. Zadie's
Hi.
here. Oh my gosh, do you have eye masks on? Oh no. Yeah, she's gonna show you all too. Alright. She's trying out our new eye mask we got for giveaways.
Yeah, I had to try it on how it works.
So when you finally get people inside your room, okay, you need to treat them with respect, have good vibes, have a give them a fun experience. Don't experiment with them. That's probably not good. Just let them have a good time. If you were in their shoes, what would you like to see? Julie does a wonderful job with that. She's always laughing, singing, dancing. You know, she remembers every single person that comes in a room. Half the time, she remembers their size. Like if she knows someone's sick, she asks them how they were doing, if they're getting better. She just gives an overall customer experience that they love and they just come back for. Yeah, and I mean, stay home to shop. When we first started,
Oh, thank you, Sadie.
we were both so shy. I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot get up in the stage in front of real people, like a real audience sitting in front of me, staring at me, and talk without freaking out a little bit. All right. I had to drag Julie on here, show her like 2-3 shows where I did it first, and then drag her on there and have her help me. And like and then on that first show, she was singing and dancing. I was like, "What's wrong with you? This is not you. You're so shy." I think the camera is so much easier to sell in front of because you don't actually see the people, even though you know them, and you get to know them. And then it's more like you're just talking to friends. Like I'm talking to like one person on the phone. I don't even realize I got 12 people in here half the time. Sometimes I got 30. She gets up to like 50 people sometimes on raids. It's crazy.
I'm the opposite.
You do, Zadie? I'm like the opposite. I can't. Like when I was in the Navy, I had to give training. I was in charge of training for 300 people. That's kind of why I like doing this, right? And for 300 people, I had to make sure the training program was good. And a lot of time I had to like speak to everybody all at once. And I hated those days. I just felt like I was being judged all the time.
I think for me, it's just my English.
Yeah, Julie's worried about her English. It's her second language.
Growing up, I'm not really. I like to, I was a dancer when I was in high school. We always compete everywhere. But I think it's my English. It's probably like Filipino.
I think most Filipinos have that issue, to be honest with you. Filipino Americans, ones that came from the Philippines, that weren't raised here. All right. So once the show's over, your customer service does not end. All right. If you want to keep your customers, you have to be available for their needs, right?
Oh, Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny. You're awesome, and Zadie too.
Thank
See,
you,
like, I tell her that
guys.
all the time, but she's so often hears that from me. She kind of like discards it. She's like, "You're just my husband."
No, it's not. Because I rewatched my previous show, and I don't really like the sound of my voice in the video. Like, is this what they're hearing? Like, oh my goodness.
See, like I tell you all the time. All right.
You guys, because you guys are my friend.
There's a hand hearts. In her hearts. That's her cosign. All right. So if your customers have issues after the show, be willing to work with them at all costs. Try to avoid the cancellation. There's things you can do. Offer them a discount coupon, right? You can make a coupon and send it to them. That way they get whatever value the item they didn't like was off on their next time they come to your show. If they're a seller, you can tip them. There's different options to avoid the cancellation. Hi, Pia. How are you?
I watch her
All right.
show a lot.
Oh, do you? Nice. All right. All right. Next, we got marketing. So we're good. Thank you very much. Busy day today, so I'm going to cut this off in about 20 minutes. But we're both doing really good. Thank you for asking, all of you.
We all had something. I am conscious about myself. No, actually, say the. Just, you're so sweet when you speak. Oh my goodness.
You are very nice.
But very calm woman. Like, I wish I can speak like that. So soft. Is it like a soft, like so soft and mellow? I can fall asleep.
Oh my goodness.
I do that a lot after watching Whatnot.
She falls asleep watching Whatnot almost every time if she's not watching her Korean shows. All right. So, marketing, okay? How can you market on Whatnot? So, a lot of people go into shows and they sponsor a gift, right? And I remember to read. My colorblindness doesn't help all the time.
We does remember everything.
Okay,
She
yeah.
does.
Everybody, please follow Moonlit. She has good shows too.
She
I was
does
reading
everything. Thank you, Topa.
So I'm colorblind too, and I have a white hat on, and the white words when they're there, I have to like put my head up to read. Marketing. So a lot of people go into shows and they will buy a sponsorship or stuff like that. That's considered marketing, but I don't feel like it's the best way to market. There are other options. So say you go into a show and you buy something for $30, you can write it off at the end of the year as marketing, okay? Because you sponsored someone, they're going to call out your name, they're going to pin it at the bottom and all that stuff, right? All publicity is good publicity, whether I like it or not. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is publicity. It does put your name out there. What I myself like to do is I go into shows and I will boost them, probably the minimum, unless I know them well. I might boost their whole show. The reason I do that is because I boosted them $5. Guess what's going to happen? They're still going to call out my name, and I'm going to get a little booster tag next to my name. So it's going to create visibility for me. People are going to see me. I'm going to stick out from everybody else. And they called out my name. They might not tag me, which is fine. My name still got out there. I consider that marketing. I do the same thing with tips. I might go in and tip someone $5. They're going to call me out, and it's going to bring attention to me. If I do that, it's probably going to be the minimum amount, like I said, unless it's someone I know really good. But that, to me, is marketing, right? I didn't have to go spend $35 to give somebody else a tripod for their camera or pay $20 to host someone to co-host me or something, right? And it's not bad. Like I said, everyone does their business their own way. And if you have the money and you can afford that kind of exposure by buying the more expensive stuff, then albeit, go ahead. I mean, like I said, your show is your show, and don't let anyone tell you how to run your business, especially not me. Me, I don't have a lot of extra money, so I like to do it, find the cheap ways to do it. I go into shows all the time for new sellers. Y'all might not see me, but I'm stopping through new seller shows all the time, and I'm watching. And if you guys have a problem, that's when I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to try to help you, right? You might not, they don't even know me, and I'm here trying to give them advice. I had to have a woman shut down her whole show one time, help her fix it, and go back. And guess what? All of her customers were still there waiting for her because she set up her shipper wrong, and she was at $9.21 shipping for every single item, and it was like one piece of clothes, right? You don't want to overcharge your customers. And I told them the only way you can fix it is to create a new show and set up your shipping sense. Because once you set it, it's done, right? When you set up your show, you can't change your shipping live from what was it? She was doing the profiles, not by the weight. So it was all messed up. No, and I don't recommend. There's people. We got a message the other day offering us their modding service for $50 a show. No, sorry. I have the best mods in the world, and they're free. What? Yeah, and it's kind of like blunt to be asking people that stuff, but I guess if maybe it works for them. Maybe they find people that pay that stuff. I don't know, but I suggest not. What you do is go through a few shows, find the people that come back regularly, people that buy from you, people that you build a connection with. And those are the people that I'd trust to mod. My mods are the same mods I've had since the first month I've been on Whatnot.
But you also have the discount. You don't forget the content.
So here's the thing, Moonlit Moments. What does that piece of makeup cost? I mean, wait, less than an ounce, right? So you're listing it at 1 ounce. They're not going to pay $9.21 shipping, okay? If you're selling something at 1 ounce, they're going to be charged less than $9.21 unless you're doing a box sale. The only time it's going to get up to a full $9.21 on the first sale is if that item weighs over a pound. Yep. There's a lot of people out there that will mod for free. We're one of them if you ever need help, if we're available. If I'm missing stuff, thank you. I didn't see it on my screen right now.
It's not easy to
Thank you all for helping each other too, because if I'm missing stuff, I'm seeing that you guys are answering them, and I have no objection to anything you guys have said so far. Zadie mods a lot, especially for Circle City, for Babe Cave Collective, for Hot Vibes. I know Zadie is a very good mod, and I would be willing to let Zadie mod for me anytime. Okay. Not only that, she's a friend, right? I consider her a friend. Oh, you're welcome, Zadie. You're one of those out there that has been around since day one, also, pretty much. Ginny, you notice I modded Ginny on this show because I've known Ginny for a long time too on here on my little talk shows, and I know that she has a lot of information that she can help you guys with. That's why I modded her. Hey Doza, how are you? Did you get your shipment?
Yeah, she was giving us feedback.
Oh, you already gave feedback? I haven't seen it yet. My wife said we got it though. Thank you very much. All right, that's kind of like all I had for the. Yeah, on your shows, Moonlit, just as long as you trust somebody, because if you hire a mod, you make someone a mod, you don't know them, like you've never met them before. There's a lot of negative. Okay, from the previous show, nice. They can do a lot of harm to your show. The reason I say that is because they can kick people out of your show, and anything they say is a direct reflection upon you as the host. They cannot ban people, but they can kick them from your show. They can say a lot of things in your chat that bring discredit to you. So don't mod somebody unless you're willing to accept the consequences. That's why I say trust the people before you mod them. Yeah, mods shouldn't be charging. I agree. You should be modding because you're trying to build your business, or you're just really like the host and their stuff, right? A lot of people mod for the whole reason of promoting themselves. You won't see it by the way they mod, but people are noticing because they're checking out their profiles, right? If you're a mod, don't promote yourself in someone else's show. If you're a mod, it's not your place to promote yourself, okay? Promote yourself in your show. All right? Unless your host calls you out, because your host probably would call you out if you're a good mod. Where else am I going? You all know how to get free shipping thermal labels? You do? Nice. UPS, the brown truck guys, you can get 6,000 free thermal labels from them if you sign up for a business account, all right? Once you sign up and you have a personal account, you have to add a shipping account. But then you can go into their store and you search for the labels, and they will send you 6,000 labels for free one time. Now, I was watching a guy on YouTube. He said you can just call them and do it again. But for me, where I don't really ship through them, but I receive a lot from UPS, I'm not sure if they would give me more labels because I'm not an active shipper. But I did get my 6,000. I know Jenny got hers too.
What is that?
The 6,000 free labels.
Oh yeah.
All right. Kind of running out of time, so my last topic is taxes, y'all. I know we were talking a lot about taxes earlier, so I'm going to tell you what I know. I don't know everything, and I might not be able to answer your questions, but I'm going to tell you the things that I know. Okay?
Our own experience.
Yeah, our experiences are, okay?
I don't want you guys to.
There's a lot of things you can write off at the end of the year on your taxes. Supplies, everything you use in your business that's supplies is right. You can write it off. Bags, envelopes, stuff like that, okay? Tape, boxes, if you're buying the brown boxes because it's over 5 pounds, write them off. You can also write off your mileage, okay? 70 cents a mile right now. Some people use apps like Stride and Mile IQ. Those are the two I know that I recommend. A lot of people, I've never used Mile IQ, but everyone in my chat recommends it. I used Stride before, but now I just use Google Maps because when you use the apps, people tend to make personal stops, right? Like I do, like go out of my way a little bit to go to a store and get a drink or something. You're not supposed to track that. And I like to do things by the law, right? That's the way I do things, to the best of my ability anyways, unless it's something I don't know about. What else? Any taxes you paid on items that you plan to sell, you can write off at the end of the year. All right. Any legal and professional services? Professional services being like, does anyone here use Vendu to move their stuff from the Bay over to Whatnot? Which you can do. It's in beta. They're working on it with Whatnot right now. I've used it. It's okay. It brings all your stuff over, but the listings will be inaccurate with the weight. And you have to make sure everything in the listing is correct because not everything comes over. The weight does not come over properly. It tries to use the card breaks for some reason, like 30-pack card weight for the card breakers. I don't know why. Stuff like that. But it is a good service, depending if you want to spend the money. If you're using tax software, you can write it off. The tax company that if you used someone last year, whatever fees they charged you, that's a professional service. Write it off on the next taxes. You don't know what that is when you're doing your current taxes, right? So you can't really write it off, but the next year you can. Any marketing earlier, I told you marketing, right? So the marketing, either tipping, boosting, buying sponsorships, etc. All that stuff you can write it off. If you write business cards, that's marketing, right? Or supply, I guess you could do it either way. Stuff like that. Any way you market yourself, you can write those costs off. Shipping costs. So it's not so, well, I guess it is a little issue. So say you have a shipping adjustment, right? And you're paying shipping out of your pocket, you can write off your shipping fees. It's considered a fee, right? Shipping fee. All right. You can write them off in here, on the Bay, wherever. I was able to do it last year, so that was pretty cool to learn. I learned that last year. All right. Pretty much I've talked about everything today. If you want to rewatch, the mileage, I mentioned that it's 77 cents a mile right now, so take advantage of it. It used to be 55. Over the last 2-3 years, it's been going up. The stickers down there that you see people buying at the top of my screen, you can go into your purchase history, click on the sticker, and you can rewatch this whole show. You don't have to worry about coming to another show if you don't want to. Everything I said will be there ready to view. I'm not here to make money off people. I don't care if I have 100 followers or 3 followers in here. I'm here to help anyone who needs help. So please, if you want to, and I do appreciate you guys for liking the show enough to buy stickers. You need a lot of help. If you need anything at all, just message me. We've been doing this for over a year. I'm not saying my way is the only way, y'all. Check out other sellers on here, on their little shows, like I mentioned earlier, because some people do different things ways than I do, right? There's no one way to skin a cat. My experiences are different than Julie Becker or Ari over at Smart Threads. They have awesome shows, and they will give you great information. Nice. Those. Are you doing shows? Are you doing shows yet? Or are you just starting? Okay. If you need help, I'm here. Okay. That goes to anyone in here, not just him or her. Sorry, can't see the picture. But I am here to help you guys. I have 10 minutes left, and if anyone has any questions left, feel free to ask. I will help you guys in any way I can. If you want me to go over something, I will go over it. Like anything I've already talked about, I might have forgot something, or maybe you weren't here. If you just want to talk and get to know each other, that's what this last 10 minutes usually is. It's kind of like a get to know you guys. Because like I said earlier in my show, I'm not getting anything out of this except for helping you guys. I've been training people my whole life in the military and stuff like that, and I enjoy it. That's why I do this free. Like not all the other sellers do that. So I would like to get to know you guys too if you enjoyed it. Oh, welcome. I mean, thank you. I said welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't do a lot, y'all. I was a supply guy for the last 10 years. All I did was order nuts and bolts, but I guess they're needed, right? And the years before that, I was a postal clerk, so it kind of ties into this. Yep. Oh, put your shows out there. Let people follow you. Can you explain a basic show setup before, during, after? All right. Yes, I can. Stay at home. Before you do your show, make sure that you have stuff in ready reach that you want to present, okay? You don't really want, like those that was here the other day, I went to the buyer's giveaway and I didn't have it in here and I had to walk out for like a minute. I kind of felt bad about that because that's not the way I like to do things. I like to have everything ready. So like if someone asks for a certain size or a certain something, I have it within reach and I can show it to them, right? So I like that. My wife, look how many racks of clothes she has. That's one side. Here's the other side. She has everything right here where she can reach it easily. And before you start your show, make sure you go in and have your auctions and your giveaway set up. When we first started, that was a problem. Our giveaways weren't set up, and it takes a couple minutes to set up a giveaway live, right? And if you don't do your buyer's giveaway at the beginning of the show, it's going to suck. Mainly because once you set that up, anyone who buys anything after you set it up is eligible for the giveaway. But if they bought something before you set it up, they're not eligible for that buyer's giveaway. So make sure that those things are set up too. And Ginny and anyone else who's a seller, you have any recommendations, please put them out there because you all might think of stuff that I'm not thinking about. During the show, be courteous, try to read chat. If you don't have a mod, it can get a little bit of a hard time, to be honest with you.
I have a hard time though.
Julie doesn't have a hard time because she gets a lot of people. There's a lot of requests in her show.
Not really a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people, but sometimes I'm focused. I don't have mine.
Yeah, when you're talking and you're getting into it and stuff like that, sometimes you miss chat. So if you have a friend, someone you trust that can mod for you, it'll make a lot
You
easier.
guys know I don't. I run my shows sometimes. I get lucky because
True.
some of my friends
What Jenny just said.
Some of my friends are working because my shows is daytime, so they're all working. So most of my show, is my own. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, so
have
she doesn't
mine.
do working hours, and a lot of her buyers are actually working while they're shopping, so they're in and out all the time, and it's kind of hard. There's no one she really has mod.
But I don't care.
Yeah, the local pickup. Me and I mean, I don't know if Ginny learned it from me, but how many shows did I do, Ginny, where I messed that up? A lot. I don't even know if it's working right now, to be honest. If it is, it's the first time I've got it working properly because I mess it up all the time. Because when I make these shows, I tend to make them in batches of 5 to 10 shows, right? And if I don't put on the local pickup, then I'd have to cancel all the shows and redo them all. And they have bookmarks, and I don't want to cancel them because I know there's people out there that might enjoy my shows, and they're waiting for them and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes it's not there, sometimes it is. Does everybody know how to do the 69-cent giveaway, vice the $4 or $5 giveaway? Yeah, if you don't want me to send you stickers, do local pickup, but you have to send me the 4-digit code you'll get so I can close out the sale. Otherwise, I'm going to get pinged for late shipment, or I might actually send you something just to close it if it lets me. Okay, actually, I can do better than that. Go to my auction tab. Not the auction tab. Yeah, auction tab. It's kind of hard to see it. Click on this one right here, the little white. It's a Word document. This is how to do the cheap giveaways, okay? Screenshot it. You don't have to buy it.
No,
That's why I pressed the $777,000. How to do a 69-cent giveaway.
You pin it.
Yeah, I can pin it. Hold on.
You have to pin it right here.
I can pin it right here. But I have to go back.
Pin it.
Get. Oh, see, like every time I do that, it flips to the back of the wall and I show my wall over there.
I don't know why did you do that.
I don't know. So if you click up, did I pin the wrong one?
No, that's the one. How to do 69.
Oh yeah, click on that little thing and take a screenshot.
The one
Yeah. There are restrictions that I didn't put in that little Word document right here. Okay,
What's the restriction?
it can't be more than 1 ounce. All right, that's why you see a lot of people doing stickers and eye masks and affirmation cards and decals and that kind of stuff. Pokemon cards, baseball cards, that kind of stuff. Magnets. It has to fit in a little envelope that, like a little envelope where you write to somebody and you put it in an envelope and mail it to them. That kind of envelope. All right, not like one of the shipping envelopes, because it has to go through the manual reader. See, like Ginny just said, that's the one I had on earlier, the listing that lets you know when I'm online. If you guys didn't click that notification bell, let me know. I'll pin it again, but it is also in my auction tab.
I should do that with my show too, Dad.
You could do that,
should
yes.
make it.
What else was there? I feel like I'm missing something on the giveaway. Oh, you have to have your USPS first class shipping turned on, which is in the notes. So yeah, take a screenshot of that. That's how you do the cheap giveaways. Don't waste all your sales income profit on doing $5 giveaways all day. Then you end up spending more than you earn, and it's
And
terrible.
plus, you spend more.
Now, like I said, it's up to you. If you want to give away purses and stuff because you do luxury stuff, you can
I
do
do
that.
it in buyer's giveaway, you guys.
On buyer's giveaway, we pay out of pocket, but you don't.
I do pay like I don't care. I spend on my buyer's giveaway because my buyers are.
And that's a good point. Make sure your buyer, like I said earlier, when I'm talking about how you react with your customers, give them good stuff for giveaways, right? So what Julie's been doing is like for followers giveaway, she does eye masks, right? But if you bought something during the show and you get a box, she makes a whole kit for you and throws it into your box. So you're gonna get like eye pens, makeup, the face mask that was really intended, all this stuff. She throws them into your boxes. So like that's just a way to show our customers, hey, we appreciate you. We love your business. We hope you keep coming back. And then you should see some of the reviews we get because of that. And it just shows other people that, hey, we're good sellers, right?
We've messed up, don't get me wrong. I messed up sometimes with my items, but hopefully some of my buyers would like reach out because I do reach out before I ship it.
Oh, that brings up another topic, right? So in your shows, you have to like educate your buyers too, because everyone out there is different. They don't handle things a certain way, and we're human. We make mistakes, right? So if you send something out and it has a flaw and you didn't notice it, you train them in your show. You say, hey, if you guys get something that has a flaw or you're not happy and you feel like I didn't describe it properly, please talk to me first so I can fix it. Don't go to Whatnot. Those Whatnot issues they ping us, right?
I said, do you give out a dye mask and they came for you? Huh?
Sorry, Moonlit, I didn't understand.
You mean I give out the dry?
She gives them. We don't do like the liquid ones because in the plane they can blow up. So it's more like the muddy type ones, I guess you'd call it. I don't know much about
I did try it on today, the one that we just purchased.
But yeah.
The giveaway. They're good.
But like I said, we give them a lot more than that if they're buying boxes from us. If they just came in, want a giveaway, and they're not a regular customer, then we usually just generally give out an eye mask and say thank you. So it's easier to show you how Whatnot things is. When you go to your seller hub, at the top of this page, you have account health, okay? Everybody see that? That account health there? When I click on that, and it says view all, you see we have 99.8% health on our defect-free rate order.
Because someone
if that ever gets below 98%, 95%, Whatnot can take away your ability to sell on the platform. If they feel like you're doing a disservice to the customers, because they want the customers to be happy, right? They want to make money. They want people buying stuff. They don't want people complaining, right? They want to take care of the customers. So under 95%, you can lose your ability to sell online.
Is it like really
Yeah, they can cancel your show.
Really?
They can cancel
Oh, okay.
Now, if you want to know what affects you, I'm not going to click the button, but when I scroll to first I got to click on this. You scroll it's give you a bunch of metrics, right? You scroll at the bottom, there's a link here. It says view orders. It's going to show you all the orders that you've sold that people have made issues with. For example, I'm not going to say names. I have one buyer here who bought 5 items on August 16th, and they said misrepresented condition for all 5 orders. That's why we're at 99.8% right now, okay? It only reflects the last 3 months. And also, if you guys ever want to be a premier seller and you get your wings, one of the conditions is you can't be below 98% on this.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. Macy. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and we've had people give us bad reviews on giveaways. All they got was a giveaway, and then
but don't get them like people that give you giveaways for eye mask. Don't get them. Don't. What do you call it? One. Don't stress it out. Don't sweat it because, like
if it's just one.
It's just one. It's not gonna matter really.
Because they asked for a refund. That's how it gets in here.
How do you get Seller Hub on app?
When you go to your seller, okay. Let me go all the way back to the beginning. Okay. home screen, okay? Click on your profile, and then where am I at?
Account.
Sorry,
No,
I went.
seller
Yeah, I
hub.
know they changed it. They changed it a long time ago, and I'm still in the last decade. You just click on the 4 stars, and this is your seller hub, okay? So then you're in your seller hub. It's it happens. What do you do when you get a bad review? That's
Okay.
probably the last thing I got to do. You can either ignore it. It's kind of okay because like unless if you're doing a lot of sales, one singular thing is not going to hurt you, right? But if you want to like give the ultimate customer experience, it tells you who did it. So you can go to their profile and send them a message and say, hey, we saw that you had a bad experience with this item. Is there any way we can fix it? And then if you fix it and they're happy, you can ask them to remove their rating or whatever, right?
That's okay.
Now, that's not going to fix the refund stuff they did on the seller hub, but the bad reviews, yes, they can remove them. They can't change them, but they can remove them.
Lots of recipient of this complaint, I think, saying in your show to give a heads up, hey, you guys.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I do. I put it in my listing says that you're getting an eye mask. But if you purchased but you already have box from thing, I add some more stuff in
And
there.
that's where show notes come in too. You just say, hey, read show notes, and you can explain a lot of stuff in there so you don't have to go over it all the time. Just say, please read show notes.
You can appeal at 30.
Stay-
Wait, hold
stay
on.
home
I have
session,
something here. You can appeal within 30
Yes,
days
you can.
for any errors.
Yeah. If you don't believe they were accurate, you can appeal within 30 days.
So we can appeal it?
Well,
Just
you can,
kidding.
but if they side against you and you appeal again, I mean, there's like it has to do with Premier Shop, but there's some kind of effect to it.
Oh, okay.
But it's only if you like appeal or something like that.
I just got a bad reviews over a giveaway with no purchase.
Yeah, so did we. It's what happened to us too.
But
It's kind of hurt your ego a little bit, right? But in the long run, it's really not going to matter if you have a lot of other good ones.
And they said, and then they always said like, oh, I'm not gonna give giveaway again because of this bad. No, don't
We
let them.
we kind of stopped like doing it. We even considered doing like some people. What they do instead of doing like the
Followers giveaway.
the followers giveaways, they just give everybody like a free thing in their box. That's what we did for a little while. We gave them all an eye mask because that's what we generally do for giveaways, right? Every single person that bought from us got an eye mask for a little while. And then we were thinking about changing it up, the buyer's giveaway, because everybody couldn't make it. We thought about doing the wheel, right? Put everybody who bought anything on a show on a wheel and just run it. So that way, if the person is not here, they can still get a giveaway.
We're not actually consistent. We keep changing
You're not?
things.
Not getting the summary? I still get them, Rust and Roses. I'm
What
not
is
sure.
it?
She says she's not getting the summaries in her email.
Summary?
Yeah, you know how you get the summary where it says how many buyers you had. on the
Yeah,
email?
it does give us.
Yes, it does.
Those people have to live with themselves. Yes, I know.
And I mean, when you message them, if you do, and ask them if you can do anything to fix it for them, you can also say once it's all fixed, you can if they give you the opportunity to fix it, you say just for future reference, cancellations can hurt the buyer. So next time, just please contact the buyer first.
Only if the
Just do it
buyers
really,
canceled it, though.
Do it like in a really nice way, in a tactful way, not be like rude about it.
Oh, also because the buyer can
Yeah.
also cancel the items as mispresented.
That's what we were just talking about too.
Yeah. So if the buyers is canceled because it's their fault, then you don't get ding. But if the buyers cancel the items because of mispresented, then you get ding.
Yeah. Thank you, Ivy. Appreciate it.
What happened?
She purchased a sticker.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Ivy.
I appreciate you guys.
No, I called her Evie.
Evie? Sorry, I
I
said
call her
Ivy. She goes
Evie.
Evie. I don't know which one you prefer. How's it pronounced?
I like it Evie though.
Oh, y'all are welcome. Like I said earlier, we kind of got to go, but if you guys have any questions at all at any time on your road, on your adventure through whatnot, please reach us, and we will do the best. I mean, we've helped so much. Evie? Okay, you were right the whole time. Because y'all are just great. We're going to go rate a friend of ours, okay?
Samantha is on.
You want
Is it
Samantha or
Samantha?
Veronica?
Samantha.
Okay. We're going to go raid one of my mods, y'all.
Samantha, she's
If you sub...
Oh, little bits. Thank you for that tip.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Samantha is
I'll
also
be back on next Sunday.
one of our friends.
One of our dearest friends on
Yeah.
here. We've known her. We've been online
She
together
calls
for a
us.
year.
Okay, so they are wrapping up their show. We'll go ahead and jump in the raid, but meanwhile, I'm gonna find another whatnot community show that's talking about some seller tips because I think we got more than 5 out of this one, and I want to give you guys as much good information as I can. Especially since it's coming from the community, it's coming from other sellers on whatnot. I don't have any business dealings, pardon me, with these sellers. We're not in any secret alliance, but we deal with a lot of the same stuff. And if you're interested in selling on Whatnot, I would strongly encourage you go ahead and watch that Whatnot playlist because it's going to show you a lot of videos on different topics, and both from the seller and the buyer perspective. And it looks like the raid is into a clothing show, so I'm going to look for a community show and see if we can find somebody else. But let's take a look and see what she's got to offer because this looks like a lot of fun.
Please follow her and thank you for the raid. The Lad Couple, please follow them. Hi, Julie.
We're starting winter stuff off between $2 and $4. The shop is loaded. If you see anything in there, please let us know. We will run it. 1 year and 5 days since my dad passed away, but I get it. My mom was married to my dad for 48 years. Yes, so hard. And then Miss Sherry said her mom and dad passed away, and I still set a plate for them at the holidays. You know what? That is such a great idea that we should do for my dad.
What?
Floyd!
Hi, Floyd. Look, I'm here. I'm in front of the camera. So this is Michelle Nicole, 1X. And the fabric, let me see the fabric. The fabric is 65% rayon. And then
Last February, I'm so sorry.
And 2% spandex.
So that's, my husband hung pictures of my dad all over our house. My mom and dad. He's got pictures of
this is 1X.
them. He put them up like about a month ago.
1X.
Ooh, that's
This is
pretty. That is so pretty.
It's really soft, like 60% rayon, 38% spandex, and
That's
2%
pretty. Is that
summer.
embroidered?
Yes. It's a true embroidered.
That is so pretty.
I need to curl my hair.
You need to start dressing up, Mom.
I need to lose
Ooh.
weight.
Mom's gonna start dressing up.
It's so comfortable. Really comfortable.
You're beautiful, they said. Running this one. This is really pretty. It looks like crosses all over it. My mom and I celebrated what would have been my dad's 80th birthday in March. Who's the winner? Kira!
Kira.
It's me, Got Crabs. Welcome in. So every year we celebrate.
Did you pay attention?
Yeah.
What you say?
His birthday, like he was even here.
Okay, so this is actually a really good show style example. Now, with clothing, it really depends on a lot of things, especially size, color, designer, all of that stuff. But the fact that she tried it on, I think, really does help the buyers get a better sense of what the garment looks like. Much better than a hanger photo. And she's got her daughter off to the side cheering her on, and so also getting some feedback on some of the details that she noticed, I think, is helpful. So I think they're going to rerun it, but now's a good time for us to slip away into another seller support chat, and let's see what else we'll learn about Whatnot this morning. And it looks like they're going to get a winner on it. So hey, that's look, it's actually probably going to sell for at least as much as they just ran it for. So all of that product showcase, I think, really did help sell the item. So that's such a good way to dip out of here and know that they got a sale from it. So here I'm going to go into the a few different ways I can do this. One is I can scroll here over to the community tab, and I apologize for any alerts that you hear. They come in all day. I work with, oh my gosh, so many sellers, and just constantly get messages, and I try to answer as fast as I can. So, uh, in fact, you may have sent me a message, or maybe you're watching one of my other videos on the Whatnot playlist. Let's take a look. I have a full lineup for you. You could watch days and days and days and just let it run. But it's everything that I've learned. And so as I'm getting this information, I want to share it with you guys too. Okay, so we're going to go to community here, and it's going to give me a few different ways to search. We'll look at the recommended. Now, weekends are pretty busy with selling shows, not as much with training shows or just, general chat. But why don't we push a few of these buttons and see what happens? Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, Bougie Tam Tam, how fun is that? So this is a raid train though. And that just basically means it's a selling show. It wouldn't be a talk show. And hold on. Although I think Wired Weaved Antiques over here to the right might be doing the talk show. You can't really hear what they're talking about. So I think we're just gonna go with this one because it's a premiere shop, and we're gonna see what they're talking about.
Shopping Mimi, Sterling, and Vintage Plastics 99. Next show. Anybody else? Share your shows. Everything Sale Dolo today at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Jewelry Dig. After Showmac, because I need her wisdom on creating jewelry. Yes, Showmac 2003, my mod will be having a noon session on how to restring, and we're going to raid into her in a few minutes, in 20 minutes or so, okay? We're going to raid into her. Guys, buy a sticker in her show, and then you can go back and watch it, okay? Buy a sticker in her show, and then you can go back and watch it. Learn how to restring with Showmac. That's an important skill in the jewelry category. You can really buy stuff low, restring it, and mark it up and sell it. Thank you.
Okay, now I do want to mention this is a good point to highlight the fact that the Ladd couple, the husband was really good about it, saying, look, you guys just put your shows in the chat whenever you want, go ahead and promote throughout. It's not going to upset him. I myself basically have the same philosophy. As long as you're not disrupting the entire show, which really has not happened, it's totally fine. It is totally fine because we're selling stuff on the internet, and I tried to make a joke about it, but I said you really can't be shy. Now, this seller, I don't know if they reserve time for people to call out their shows, but that is another way to do it. So that, again, you can kind of keep the show running on topic. So I think we might be in that part of the show, and it looks like maybe we're nearing the end. 20 minutes is still a good amount of time. We might come back to this, but let's just keep exploring. And you can always make note of these sellers and search for them once you're on the Whatnot app. Now you can do it on the mobile device, which is what you're seeing here on YouTube, and you can also get on desktop. Desktop will have a slightly different look, but you'll still be able to shop and watch the shows. I will mention, go to the description box and use the sign up link there, because if you're new to Whatnot, you'll get $15 to start your shopping right away. And if you're not new to Whatnot, obviously you know how to get to Whatnot. So the link would just take you there anyway. So go to the description box and use that link to get set up with Whatnot. Over here, I think we're going to look at this one. This is another community show.
You remember that, yeah. Yeah, and you know what, Jamie? I only remember your name because it's like partially in your name, and I did the schedule, so that's my photographic brain talking. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, with your dog too. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? right now I am multicasted to YouTube. So for those of you watching on YouTube, if you want to come hang out with a bunch of handmade peeps all day long, come join us on Whatnot and search up Artisan Mashup Train in the search bar, and over 30 shows are gonna pop up. It will involve beads, wires, tools, and beadswork. Love it. I don't even know what I'm doing with the wire jig, which is fine. It's a bigger version of a tool that I do have. And thanks for sharing, Tam. It's like, let me show you guys. We got some time. If I can grab it. Yep, we're gonna listen to me struggle for a second.
Okay, I don't want to keep jumping around, but since she is also multicasting to YouTube, you guys can go back and watch that. Hopefully, she keeps her lives up. Most sellers do. And you can just search by today's date or just kind of scroll through. So this is going to be more category specific to the crafts and handmade community, which is definitely a lot of fun to explore. It's kind of like a rabbit hole though, because everything is so unique and original. Let's see if there's anything we haven't sampled. In fact, I'm actually going to do a search up here for seller support and just see what comes up, because sometimes those shows are going to come up in categories. My S key is not working, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's look. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do it. And I would just type it up at the top here next to the magnifying glass. Use that. So let's get out of that. But we can take a quick browse through because, or let's look at recommended again. This is okay. So off to the left, I see another raid train running, and you'll see these all over every day of the week. A lot of times it's going to be category or theme specific, so they can be a lot of fun. You find new sellers and even items that you never knew existed before. Where else can we go? Okay, let's go back to the main screen here. And over here, the and whatnot category will definitely be a potpourri. So let's look. Let's see what we've got. Lots and lots of selling. If nothing else, I can definitely take you to some of the hosts that I follow. There are more good show hosts on here than I'll ever be able. Okay, so I think we're good with the connection. If it dropped for half a second, I apologize. I got an alert, and let's see. I'm still looking. There's so many things, and I'm just scrolling past up at the top. We've got a seller from the UK, and that British flag is how I know that. So Nev's Jellycats is actually going to be a UK seller. If we want to go there and take a peek across the ocean, we can do that. It's going to pop up with an alert letting us know that we're going into an international show, because obviously the currency rate and the shipping charges are going to calculate differently. But let's see what that is. Here we go. Look at that. It tells us we've got additional tariffs that could apply, will apply, and we will just join the show.
Surprise! Elizabeth, do you not want one of the jelly cats for your beloved niece? You can win one. You can try winner one. Hi from America. Oh, hi. I'm from Belfast.
Don't you even go there, love. I'm just saying, your niece might want one. I think she really wants the bunny. So guys, if Bev and Marie May are still on here, we are doing a bars giveaway at the end. Just to let you know, I will tag you to try to get you back in.
Guys, every £1 spent, you get a free holographic Pokemon card. You've got all different types ones here. All different types of holographic Pokemon cards. You've also got these little cool ones as well. So every £1 spent, you get a free Pokemon card.
Katrina and Mum have got like half of the carpet in this box. So we have Jaden in with 3 tickets. Good luck. 1, 2. I thought Paul was trying to put an accent on. No, it's Connor. So we have 3, 8, 9, and we have 4, 0, 5 is a win. Well done. Every single person really who's won has won. Sharpie is, I don't know.
And there are going to be some specific rules that will vary around the world, country by country, region by region. So the way that they're doing this matchup using these tickets, I would probably check that out based on Whatnot's rules here in the U.S. before trying to do that myself, because some things are allowed, some things are not allowed. And I don't know that they're doing anything wrong. This is just a very different format than what I'm used to seeing. So let's go back to the main screen, because again, it's fun to see how people all over the world are shopping live on Whatnot. And we're going to go right back to the main screen here. And let's see, we don't have to make this a long video, but since I've seen so many good sellers come on, I want you to get as much as you can out of this. And that includes using the link to sign up for Whatnot. If you haven't already done that, go to the go to the description box, use that link, because it's going to give you $15 to get started right away. And we also have, there are just some shows that are so super popular. Actually, Jamie does some seller support. It doesn't look like it's labeled that way, but let's go to Morning Joe with Jamie right here on the right side and see what she's got going on this morning.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with your people. I just want to tell you guys right now, you are only inhibited by yourself, right? Anything, sky's the limit. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep moving. Monday, I'm doing a chat show of my own. Hopefully, you guys will be there.
Yes.
Thursday is Rose Reseller Roundup, and Saturday is my sales show. I love you guys so much.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right, I'm gonna punch you in the face. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye, guys. I love you guys too.
How fun was that?
And this format is called co-host, and it's one of the features that I like about what I really like it about Whatnot. It's one of my favorites. It's also a feature that it's not overused. It's, in fact, I think not a lot of sellers use it, and they may not even know about it. So anytime you see more than one person on the screen in boxes like that, it's probably a co-host, which is all done using the app. And you just invite anyone who's in the show. They can co-host if they agree to it, and they just use their phone basically, and they can come on your video feed. Really, really good for trainings and seller support. So let's hear what we're missing out on.
Don't be mad at me, but English Vicky is making me a hat, an embroidered hat that says that. All right, we're gonna go into Living Bliss Vintage. She is doing Wade's. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. She's a huge supporter. I think that you guys are amazing. You could, before I go, you can go into my shop. Let me do it real quick, and I'll put it on the stickers. Hold on. Right there. And you can purchase a sticker for $4.25. Don't come at me, Becky. And you can rewatch the whole thing if you're interested. It was a really, really, really It was really good. I didn't even get through everything, so tomorrow morning I'm going to get through the rest of what we talked about, what we're talking about today. But let's go into Living Bliss. Let's show some support. She gives hours and hours and hours and hours of her time on this app trying to rebuild from when she left 8 months ago and has come back. She's been a huge supporter of me, shouting me out when she didn't need to, when she didn't even know me. And I think that she's amazing. So we're going to go in there and we're going to watch.
And this is something that I've been showing you as we've traveled through Whatnot's community shows. The way that a lot of people are accessing these replays is to make a purchase because they'll get a video receipt and then they can go back and catch up on any parts that they missed. This is the reason why I'm so glad you're seeing this on YouTube, because there is a workaround. I'm just exploring this now. I'm just finding out about this now, but by putting it directly on YouTube and not using the Whatnot video receipt feature, it's gonna reach hopefully a larger number of people. So you will definitely want to share this video. And it doesn't require anybody to actually make a purchase. Now, the other thing I will tell you is video receipts do not save the chat. They don't show you those chat comments. So if you've seen some of my other Whatnot Tour videos, you'll see that I'll let the chat run for a long while so you can really keep up with things, because the sellers are answering questions. It's really an ongoing conversation and it can get to be a lot of fun. I mean, there have been so many chats, I've just been laughing. And when you're watching the seller, you wouldn't even know all of this other side of the conversation is down there. Now, if the chat comments are too distracting, we can swipe them off. And this is very important for products, because sometimes the chat's going to cover up the product. She's holding it in the right position. I was trying to zoom in before she picked that one up, just to kind of show you. Now I can see the bottom shelf without the chat. And I'm going to just let go and zoom out. We'll bring the chat back over, and we're going to keep exploring. I hope that this is a fun video for you. I mean, we've already gotten so many different ideas and different approaches too. I actually really like Mama Z, who just popped up on the upper right side. Whatnot has a pretty good way of matching people, believe it or not. So I don't know how they know, but this is actually a really good show. Let's listen in.
Oh my God, y'all. Because I have not been able to thrift as much as I like, but I do have a lot. But honestly, for the rest of the year, a lot of what I'm doing is I have to save for my chocolate and coffee festivals, because we're talking about 20 to 25,000 people at each festival, and that's a lot of shit that I gotta have. But if you go to CG Boomerang Echo's page, she has a website, and I think it's boomerangecho.com. Boomerangecho.com, right there. Go to that website, and it's a website full of raid trains. And they're amazing raid trains. And there's a place where if you're interested in being on a raid train, you just message them and tell them which ones you want to be on. You'll see all the ones that are available. And then you just message and they'll put you on the list. And when they send out invitations, you'll either get invited to that one or you'll be put in holding. But they run so many trains, everybody's going to get in on some trains. I can tell you that right now. Everybody gets in on some of the trains. There are so many. So like, for example, I'm doing Battle of the Wood later this month. So it's going to be all products made out of wood, which I think is hilarious, because some people will probably take that in a different direction, if you know what I'm saying. So that will be fun. And then I'm also looking forward to Battle of the Clowns. You got 6 seconds to get in the giveaway. Battle of the Clowns seems really, really fun to me. I love clowns. We got a lot of clowns, like a lot of clowns in my family because my daughter is obsessed with clowns. Melinda, yes! Oops, I forgot to make my box. Say it again, one handyman. Say it again. I sell plants, meeting cards, meeting cards. Treasure finds all kinds of stuff. You got to sell in as many. Yes, yes. So I sell plants. I sell snacks. I sell. I haven't done vintage decor so much, but y'all, who here likes vintage? Oh, Magic the Gathering cards. Andy! Andy's another amazing seller. I get my Labubu from him. And my outfits. My little outfits and my Labubu. I did cheat on you. I'm sorry, Andy. I had to get 2 Labubu, but I got them on Cool Kicks and they were so inexpensive. I had to. I'm sorry, but never again, because the packaging was crap. It was crap. All right, let's do another. Here's another $5 coupon to a future Mama Z show. Y'all, this is another thing you can do. I know a lot of times sellers are like, I can't do giveaways. It's not financially possible. It's not financially possible for a lot of people when they're first starting out. So this is something I like to do. I like to do a coupon for a future show. So it's $5 off a $10 purchase, right? And if you're pricing your items properly, this works, okay? Because what it does is, look, Gibby Goblins, if they get in, they're going to get their code and that's it. Literally, that's it. They don't want to spend money. They just want givvies for free. So you do a coupon code, and if it's a Givey Goblin who wins, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. So I like that part, and then it encourages people to come back and buy from you instead of encouraging people to go buy Dunkin' Donuts or going to Target or going, whatever kind of gift card or whatever. And the thing is like, you can't do it for the same show. You have to do it for a future show. And it works out better that way because you don't want to have to be doing things during your show. Like if somebody wins, you don't want to have to be like, okay, hold on, let me message the person and give them their coupon. Now you have a coupon. That's another thing I think is totally underrated with sellers. People decide whether they like your product based on packaging a lot. Yeah. One handyman, I'm a Gibby Gun, but I'm a buyer and a seller also. That's okay. I don't care. You're still getting something. That's a coupon code, so only the winner can use it. So the coupon code, okay. I will say, I am very lucky. I'm not somebody who cares about having 200-300 people in my show. If I have 200-300 people in my show, I probably wouldn't do a coupon giving. I don't know. I don't care. One handyman, I don't care. But in shows like this, I would say for me personally, I have very trustworthy people in my shows. It's very rare that I have really people that I don't trust. And so far I've been doing this for a few months and I haven't had any coupon codes go crazy. So they are only a one-time use. And I kind of feel like, to be honest with you, if somebody shares it with other people, fine. Come and spend your money with me. You're gonna love it. And look, nine times out of 10, they don't even want plants. And that's what I sell. You can set them to expire, but what I'm doing is I put a date on mine so I know when I created it, and I'm gonna cancel them at 6 months out. Yeah, so it's not a terrible thing. It's not ideal, but again, I'm not a dollar start person. I sell my plants at their value. Christine! I sell my plants at the value that they should be sold at. So even if somebody buys, you know, a plant and gets that $5 off, I know I'm still making money. So I'm not gonna lose out. Hi, how you feeling today, love? How do you set it up on the backside for shipping on the giveaway? Is there a way to set it up so it's not shipping? No. So you will still have to use your label and send it something out. But what I do is I handwrite the code on there, and then I also private message them the code, and that way something gets shipped to them regardless. And how somebody asked, how do you create a coupon code? If you go to the sellers page and you go to marketing, under marketing there's coupons, and you'll be able to set up your coupon however you want. So I have $5 off coupons, I have $10 off coupons, valid until redeemed or canceled by the seller. Yes, Whatnot keeps track in Seller Hub. Yep. And they keep track of your coupon code, how many people have used your coupon codes, and also when you get your, you know, once you've finished your show and you go to your shipping page and you see everything, if you go to sold items, so not within the ship. Hi, secondhand sarcasm. Hi, Q. We were just saying that you run raid trains and they're amazing. Hey, Doc. What was I gonna say? Shit. Thriftworks, hello. Look, Thriftworks is another amazing seller who's been on here forever, and he's in France, y'all. He's in France, y'all. I love our international sellers. Christine, that's another coupon. You know what? That's what not telling you it wants you to buy plants. You said, I can't buy plants, I'm on a break. And Whatnot's like, bitch, you gonna buy some plants. Oh, so she has a good reason for a break, though. I also that that's the second coupon she's won since she told me she can't buy plants. Like, ooh, Thrifty Finds. Where did you purchase it from? Obviously not France, because right now France can't send us shit for Darren. So I have to say you're doing a good job of making it work for you, Darren. And I can't wait to, y'all, hold on. I'm gonna run a giveaway. They won't. You can only use one coupon at a time. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you what Thriftworks does. I'm going to show you, okay? Because it's amazing. Hold on. Paul. Y'all, Thriftworks is a genius. Stop. Thriftworks is a genius. Have to be activated for future shows. All future individual shows and seller has to be live for coupons to work. Yes. Yes. Y'all. Thriftworks is a genius. Leslie, are you still in here? Say hi. Leslie, are you still in here? Reworkers Passion. She left. It's okay. But look at this. Look what Darren makes. This is a Reworkers Passion. Do you see Leslie? And she's holding her soap. She's got her cute little earrings on. What? What? Okay. Here's the hodgepodge place. What? What? And I ordered one, y'all. I ordered one. I ordered me. And now now there's like over 100 different, okay. No. There's over 100 different cards. And Darren, how many sellers would you say? Maybe 70 to 80 of those are sellers? 80 sellers? 80 sellers maybe? Y'all, and mine, I got my hair. I got my Jujutsu Kaisen shirt on. Over 100 sellers. I love that. And I'm holding this plant, literally this plant in the same pot. This plant in the same pot. Who sells these? This is who makes them. Thriftworks, right there. Right there. Get in my DMs. Ooh, Darren. Darren. I'm about to order 2 more, Darren. Yes, so much fun. And lots of people have them. Miss Vivian, I know a lot of people know Miss Vivian. Miss Vivian has one. D, the archivist has one. Who else? Lots of people have them. No feet pics, please. So if you're interested in being a part of the crew who have these, now I know he's not making more of any of these. These were limited edition and he only went up to 100. Y'all, I think I'm like 94. I just made it in. Yeah, Michelle's Deals has one. Oh. Amy Perrin has one. Hodge has a cute one. That's her and Ho to the Mo. Super cute, which gave me an idea because I have 2 whatnot besties, and so I'm gonna order some that have me and one with me and one bestie, and one with another me and a bestie. But these are freaking adorable. Hey Darren, do you want to tell them? I think it's like I want to say it's $150 US for 100. That's nothing, y'all. That's crazy. And I know it takes about 4 to 6 weeks, and because of tariffs, they're not allowing certain shipping, so you can't do individual shipping. So what it does is you do pickup. Great for givings and selling. Yeah, and I've seen people sell their cards from anywhere from $8 to $20. $8 to $20 I've seen people, and some people run them as auction and they'll sell for even more than that. So that tells you the value of these, and especially if you get the limited edition ones and you only get 100 and that's it, you don't get any more. It's a one-time thing, right? But they're so cute, and I love how they're iridescent with the packaging too, right? You see, I was rated. Didn't I say thank you, Candy Crystals? Did I not say thank you, Candy Crystals? Thank you so much for choosing me. You didn't have to come here. You could have gone anywhere on the whole entire app, and there's a lot of shit going on this morning. But you came here, and I appreciate you. Girl, it's okay. I know why. I miss everything all the time. Don't worry. Y'all got 10 seconds to get in this giveaway. But yeah, so this is an excellent marketing. Excellent marketing, okay? Is it a standard size card or a bit off? Darren, is this a standard size card or a bit off? The toy collector, congratulations. Standard Pokemon size. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it feels like standard Pokemon size, but I'm not a Pokemon person. But yeah, super cute, y'all. I would show you mine, but I want to keep it a secret because, I mean, not so much a secret. I already told you what I have on, but it's so fucking cute. Oh, Melinda, I did pack your thing. Oops. You're so welcome. Private message me. Oh, anyone who won the sample coffee or tea gibbies, private message me if you want coffee or tea, okay? Oh, so now, y'all, I'm on a mission to go get everybody's. I did buy, oh, you know who else who has them? Philly Flipper. Philly Flipper has it. He has one of himself, and he has one of his dog, Sky. If you guys have been to Philly Flipper's shows, let me tag you, follow him. He's another amazing, super amazing. Don't tell him I said that.
Okay, so we're gonna sneak out of here, and there actually is a whole video of Jessica CJ and her beads, but I'm gonna actually bring you guys in undercover, and we're not gonna announce this, but I'm gonna show you Jessica's shows because she does a really good job, and she's got some really cool stuff.
7-3. Mama. Hi, honey. Oh, we have another one that's white. Oh no, I like this one. Okay, this one is a little bit more. And this is what it looks like. We're just gonna keep it at 7. We are. What to do? Good job. Good job. That was a great one on that one. Apparently, Mama's working. I'm only on for a short time, so please don't. Okay. Okay, here is another one. Has some hanging glass beads on this one with blue. With some butterflies. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this one is a $10 one. I don't know if anybody would be interested. Okay, so I am going to run it, see if anybody would like it. Okay. It's a very, very beautiful bead with lots of dangle hangings with some beautiful, beautiful glass pieces down there. Okay, thank you for looking. Okay. That's all I brought over here right now. If you'd like me to go grab some more of the fancier beads, the fancier ones, then please just say something and I'll run over there, okay? It's just right in the hallway. I just only grabbed a handful. Okay. Oh, let's run this one. You know what? Let's change this one. I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna give you even a better discount on this one. We're gonna do this one at 5.
Nothing beats the Jitsu holiday. And right now, you can save.
Okay. Thank you. Alright. Alright, thank you guys. Okay, so what I was thinking is just grabbing stuff off the pegboard because I just have too many. Okay, so I'm gonna start running like 2 packs of beads together. Okay, because we normally have 10 to 12 in a pack to make sure it's a bigger pack for you guys. So that is what I am going to do. All right, so you get 2 packs of these. These are the purple. These are the luminous. Thank you, Trace. I love these ones too. Thank you, sweetheart.
And it looks like she's got a couple of collectors in her show, which is really good. That is another reason why I love Jessica because you saw her just switch from it looked like some handmade or estate piece jewelry. I think it looked new. So I think a lot of it is designed to look like some of the older fashion jewelry, uh, the vintage stuff that people are always looking for. And then she switched over to beads. And so that would be for people who are actually wanting to make their own jewelry. Sometimes, people do both. They collect finished pieces and they make their own. But it can be 2 different crowds, 2 different audiences. So having products that appeal to a bigger market is definitely a good idea. I learned so much from Jessica just by watching her, and we've done a little bit of selling together as co-hosts. So I am going to let her do her thing, but she does regularly come on Wednesday nights, does a craft show, and you might see some of those on YouTube. So keep your eye out for that. The way you want to do that is definitely make sure you're subscribed to my channel because I plan to be introducing you to more and more whatnot related content. Because unless you're signed up for the app, you never get to see all who are coming in. So they are seeing what she's selling and they're checking it out. And I'm just scrolling down here. Um, so she's got some really popular stuff. Sometimes things sell out right away. Other times people are browsing, but at least it gets their attention if they come in the chat. So she's got some really beautiful beads. I'll zoom in just a bit because it's got some glitter on one side and then just kind of some iridescence on the other. Okay. Oh, and we're going to end with a sale. So congratulations, Jessica CJ. And we will take a trip back to the main lobby, see if there's anything else we missed. We've been going for a little while because you guys started out with some really good inside expert hack tips. So these are not going to be the same things that you're going to see in the basic trainings because they're coming from sellers. Now, these are their opinions, and I'm not giving anybody legal or tax advice because I know the tax stuff did come up with some of the questions. But go back and rewatch that if you missed it. Sometimes it's all about the details. And let's look because these are all just kind of a random assortment. But I like to look at all different parts of Whatnot when I'm exploring, just because sometimes the show is not where I would expect to find it. And, you can miss a lot that way and you can find a lot that way. So it's definitely a good thing. Okay, so the Whatnot category, sometimes it's a little bit fuller with shows, but the product categories are probably really full. And let's look at Home and Garden. I always like to check out Home and Garden. Some of this stuff looks really, really cool. And plants definitely are always a big seller in Home and Garden year round. And yeah, there's a lot more than I normally see. So people have definitely got a following. My best guess tells me that some of these shoppers are scroll shopping from one to the next show. So they've seen a lot of different products, new and vintage. Candles, oh my gosh, holiday decor, yeah. So this is filling up almost like a shopping mall. I can keep going and going and going, and then we've got some shows coming up really soon. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, some of these are going to start maybe even in a few minutes. And then some of these might have been a little bit delayed if it has an earlier time, but they can still come on later. So I wouldn't completely count those out. And I am going to go back over to the... let me think if there's anything else I can show you guys before we wrap up. I don't know if I want to jump in Seller Hub because I'm not sure what I'm going to see, but I will be daring and go there. Okay, good. Good. Now I want to mention earlier when we were talking about the these numbers here, these are very important. Whatnot has definitely taken shipping time seriously. So one of the graphs, so my graphs look a little different than the ones you saw on the previous seller. So I'm going to click on the defect order rate off to the right. That's the 100% because I don't expect to see anything. Thank you. So there's no customer information, but if there were issues, I just keep scrolling down. It would actually have where it says how to improve your rate. It would definitely have some orders specifically that cause that rate to be less than 100%. Now, sometimes that can happen. So over on the 91.5%, the on-time scan rate has come down a little bit. And that can be one show, one batch that just didn't quite make the cutoff. So I look through those. I'm not particularly worried. If I was, I would submit an appeal. But I don't see that. I mean, I don't think any of those would be appropriate to appeal. But if you do appeal, you want to do it within 30 days. After 30 days, it's a hard stop. They will not go in and make any adjustments. But other than that, seller support is really, they're very responsive. They're very seller focused and customer friendly to work with. So I like that. And you can find that on help.whatnot.com. A lot of these are going to be so important to have that Whatnot, excuse me, to have your Whatnot login credentials. So in the description box, you're going to see the same link, and I'm going to say invite a seller because you will get $150 in matched earnings during your first week. So if you sell $150, they're going to match that during your first week of sales. That is definitely a good way to get off to a head start. You'll also be getting your own referral link once you get set up. But the down here at the bottom, it says whatnot.com, invite seller, stay home to shop. Common spelling, all one word. And it gives me the ability to share it, copy it. Let's look at the invite history. I've never seen this. Okay, so yeah, I haven't had anybody sign up under that link yet. But that's really cool though. And so test it out. Let me know how it works. Because you do want to use that link. You can't go back and try to put your sign up under a seller, even if they were the ones who told you get started with Whatnot. As far as I'm aware, as far as I've heard, they will not do that. It has to come through one of the referral links in order to qualify for those $150 in matched funds. And you don't have to do the full amount if you just want to do a test show your first week. Maybe you're only going to sell $50, $75. You'll still get some money matched. So that's really awesome. And Whatnot considers sellers new for their first 30 days. So if you do have any serious issues, scenarios, questions, concerns, get those taken care of in your first month, because that's really when they have you as a high priority, because you are a new seller. They're doing a lot to help new sellers get started, and I'll let them tell you all of those things. What I can do is give you that link, and I think that's doing my part because it sets you off to a running start. But there's even more than that Whatnot has designed to boost new sellers and get them off to a really good start. So if you're going to make sales, early is good. It's really good to set up your first show as fast as you can once you get approved. Whatnot has streamlined that whole process. I mean, they're just making it possible to bring more and more people over to the platform, because everywhere they go in the world, they are popular. And I know that you love my YouTube videos and channel, which is why you're subscribed. There is a Whatnot playlist at the bottom. And until the next time I see you, I hope you can stay home to shop. So let's wrap up this live stream.